What up, G's? Welcome back to the Shanghai Pete broadcast. Thanks for tuning in and chilling with us tonight. It is Wednesday, which means it's halfway through the week, so hooray for that. Just got a short little rant video for everybody today. I got triggered by a Kotaku article I was reading, as embarrassing as that is, while playing through the leaked build of Space Marine 2, and I had to stop to make this vid really quick. And for those of you who don't know, yes, a Space Marine 2 build for PC got leaked a few days ago. That's, as far as I can tell, pretty damn close to the gold build. I'm not going to be talking about it here for obvious reasons, but suffice to say, if you know how to find it, it's definitely out there, and after playing through, I think about a quarter of it, I can tell you that if you were worried it might not be good, don't be. It's awesome. Enough about that though, let's try to avoid getting my channel copyright struck. Let's get deep inside a good old-fashioned rant video instead. I don't know if any of y'all have noticed, but over the past couple months, a lot of corporate developers have once again been engaging in the goofy practice of trying to sell their slop in the format most ill-suited to it: phones. Assassin's Creed games, multiple modern Resident Evil games, Diablo, Death Stranding, and more keep getting ported to phones, and people keep refusing to buy them. Imagine that. And no one seems to understand why, or they do and don't give a shit and think that if they just keep forcing it on us, eventually we'll cave. And I guess sadly in that regard I can't really blame them, because it's worked for them so far with just about everything else. Like, I get it, you know, you guys got spreadsheets that show many quote-unquote games make lots of money when you sell them on a phone. Yes, that's absolutely true from a certain point of view. But what type of game matters. How these corporate biz dev guys can figure out ways to wring billions out of a broke, underpaid, abused, starved, and propagandized populace with the same Call of Duty game every year, but still don't get the very simple fact that only certain types of games appeal to people in a portable format, I'll never fucking know. What's even crazier is that this is a mistake companies have been making not just for years, but decades. Like, seriously, no one else has figured out why Nintendo and their ancient hardware has, to this day, still never really come even close to being challenged in the portable arena? Really? I don't know, that just seems insane to me. Game Gear, Nomad, N-Gage, Wonder Swan, Neo Geo, Pocket, Turbo Express, Atari Lynx, all the PSPs, none even came close to touching Nintendo's stupid grain green AA powered idiot Game Boy, and no one ever stops to think about why. So, with that in mind, today, submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, Shanghai Pete will explain to everyone the difference between a good portable game and a bad one. Or maybe a portable game that makes money and one that doesn't. I don't know, you decide. Fortunately, it's actually really simple, so this will be a short video. Ready? Not many people want to play a game designed to be a sit-down, immersive, cinematic experience that's intended to be played hours at a time, ideally on a large, widescreen TV with surround sound and all the bells and whistles of modern tech, on a 4-inch screen with touch controls on a bus with no place to sit, barreling its way through foot-deep potholes and stopping every 2 blocks so new homeless people can get on and ask you for $1. I don't care how good you thought Death Stranding was, and for the record, it was pretty good. It's hard to enjoy it playing it like that. In fairness, Game Gear got pretty close, but again, they tried to do too much at the wrong time. You know, like, yeah, sure, it was way more impressive looking than a Game Boy, but what did you have to trade off for that? Like, 8 times the amount of batteries and 2 times the fucking size? Sorry, that's not really gonna fly when at the time all you really needed to be entertained was Tetris. You might notice that Nintendo, the undisputed and multi-decade reigning champion of portable gaming, doesn't really tend to put out games that could be described as cinematic masterpieces on fucking Game Boys. Their portable system libraries consist almost entirely of short-form arcadey pick-up-and-play games. No loading times, no complex controls, no fancy graphics, just quick, stupid, arcade-style fun. That's because Nintendo, and miraculously apparently no one else, figured out that while people might have fun playing a quick game of Tetris or clearing a level of Mario Brothers in between stops on the subway, no one wants to play God of War on their morning commute. Listen up, Sony, no one gives a shit about your fancy graphics when they're on a 4-inch screen and it's 5 below outside and your stop is coming up in 3 minutes. And who puts a mechanical disk drive on a fucking portable anyway? Now, alright, to Sony's credit, a lot of very good games did come out on their PSP format, and it was a legitimately cool system, especially as an emulation machine, but that's not really the market they were trying to capture, and it's not the market they should have been targeting. In fact, for all the best games on PSP, I bet most of us would have preferred they dropped on console instead. Indeed, many of them were ported to console, albeit much later. This incidentally is why the Switch sold so many units and continues to do so, because it does both. If I had to be charitable and play devil's advocate, I guess I could see how for some people this might be the most accessible way for them to play a lot of these new games. Maybe they don't have a PC or can't afford a modern console, but hey, most people do have phones, isn't that right, Blizzard?
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
So maybe for those without any other platform to play on, at 20 bucks a pop, these games seem like a good deal. I get that, 20 bucks is way cheaper than 400 plus for a PS5 and then another 70 for Resident Evil Village. But even so, I can't imagine any corpo money guy or data scientist would interpret the amount of people in that category as a viable market. Especially because, judging by their own numbers right now, it fucking isn't. Additionally, I could also probably make an argument that not playing Village or RE4 Remake at all may in fact be preferable to experiencing it solely on a phone. Am I really the only one that's not surprised that the atmospheric survival horror of a game like Resident Evil 7 doesn't quite translate when you're trying to control it with a touchscreen and it's being interrupted by Snapchat notifications?
Woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out. Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm back down. Back down. What? Yup, woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out.